Hello, everyone. Welcome back, friends, to another video. Welcome to the homestead. So today we're gonna try and cover, chickens and cow updates. So as many of you will know, we had two beef cows that were both females, and we had them for 18 months, and they just went to the butcher on September 1st. So we didn't have any cows for, I don't know, a couple weeks. We have a couple more. I'll introduce you to them in a minute. But those two that went to the butcher were all grass fed. They had a little bit of grain like right at the beginning of their lives, but that was for a couple weeks, and then we just transitioned them to grass fed. And then yeah, so that's update number one on those two. We actually probably need to go tomorrow morning and pick up the meat from the butcher. So other thing, random thing we're trying here. This is gonna be pretty random, probably. Let's hope it's not too dark in here. We're last year to bed our cows, we used sawdust and straw. And when I cleaned them out this year, straw just like binds that stuff together. I don't know, like it's ridiculous. So it's so hard to clean out. So this year I'm trying something a little different, at least until this runs out. We got a pile of wood chips here in the corner. And I didn't get it as early in the year as I wanted, but it's fairly dry. And we're going to use that for bedding. I think it should be pretty absorbent. We still have a bunch of straw here that we're going to use because we have it. But at the moment, we don't have a lot in here, but it seems to be doing pretty good. There's all the stuff I cleaned out, so I didn't have to go very far. But I just ringed it with a bunch of pallets there so that the cows wouldn't climb up on it, because good gracious, cows really like to climb up on stuff. If you give them a pile like that, they will just stand on the top of it all day long and beat it down until it's flat, basically. So I'll get to the new cows in a minute, but at the moment, let's look here in the chicken coop. We got 8 new chickens. That is one of them. They are Easter eggers. We got them from my brother-in-law, who got them for very cheap from Tractor Supply. Or not Tractor Supply. I think it was Family Farm and Home. So yeah, we have 8 new Easter eggers. So I don't know, it puts us at like 21 chickens right now, I think. And they're just starting to lay, which is cool. They've got like I call it a greenish egg. I thought it was supposed to be blue. They're like a really dark green, almost like olive color at the moment. So we'll see. That's pretty cool. All right, let's check out the new cows. I'll turn you around. They're just laying here in the corner. So last time we had 2 females. This time we have 1 of each. So this guy here is a steer. He is if you remember from last time, let's see if I can get them in the background. Can't tell if they're in the background or not. So last time if you were here last time, you'll know that our last 2 beef were very similar to these. They're a Jersey, they had Jersey mom and some sort of a beef breed for a dad. I don't know what the beef breed was because it's all artificial insemination, and the beef comes in like a mix, from what we were reading. We're trying to figure out what it was, and it's like multiple different breeds to like it's for hard breeding cows, so they're trying to get a really high rate of pregnancy. Anyway, so these guys are the same way. This is Levi, the male. Tanya named them. He named him Levi. And this is a girl, and she is Ethel. So we think that he's probably a Jersey crossed with an Angus, is the most likely thing. And she is actually a Jersey crossed with a Wagyu. So you'll see this time we don't have their names on the ear tags, if you saw that last time. She just says W2, and his is roll faded, but we only have one of them, so it's not really a big concern. It's not a big concern of being able to tell who's who, because one's a boy and one's a girl. That's pretty easy. So, and she has W2 on there. His said B something, B6, I think. Got a little bit of runny poo there. I'll have to keep an eye on her.
Look at the seeds.
Yes, you found target practice. It was still sitting out in the yard.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Then with the boot.
You got the wood,
Take it out.
and a piece of wood sitting in that to hold it in place. So, you want to put that in the barn? All right, go put it in the barn. So anyway, that's Levi and Ethel. Reason for the names? What was Tanya said? Ethel is carbon side chain, I think. Levi, I don't remember if there was a reason for that other than it sounded like it went good with Ethel. But yeah. So we got 2 new ones. So these guys is a little different. We're gonna raise these ones different than we raised the last 2. When I got the last 2, I didn't know as much as I know now, and I know I should have kept them for longer. 18 months is a very normal length of time to butcher a cow, but it's a very normal length of time to butcher a cow when you're feeding them grain. So they would have grown substantially larger than they were if I'd been feeding them grain. So they were kind of small when they went to the butcher, but that is what it is to get a grass-fed animal. So these ones, I was doing a lot of reading over the last year and a half.
I do all the
Oh, and to say this, you might wonder why I didn't just keep them longer if I had learned this. Butcher dates are hard to come by, as some of you may know, and I made that butcher date for them at 18 months old when I got them at like a month old or 2 months old or whatever it was. And there just wasn't an ability to change it. I tried partway through, and they were already booked out through the year that I needed, which is crazy. So, which is next year. They were like booked out through next year. Anyway, so these guys, my plan is to keep them for 30 months. And I got them at a time of year. So they come from my dad's farm, dairy farm, hence the jerseys. But these guys, he's always got new calves coming. So I bought these from him and made sure they were born at a time when about 30 months would put us in like a November time frame, I think is what I was doing. Because September it's still very warm, and one of the things I learned that I had read was that you want a really good time to butcher a cow, if there's a preferable time of year, is after you have your first frost. And what that does is apparently when you get your first frost, it concentrates a lot of the sugars in the grasses, and so you can get a whole bunch, a little bit of extra weight gain at the end, at least. I don't know how much, some amount, I guess. And maybe get a little more of that marbling you're used to while maintaining a strictly grass-fed animal. So that's pretty neat. So that's why I shot for November, because last year we were able to graze into December even. So I figured if we have them butchered sometime in November, we'll definitely be past our first frost, which I think usually happens in October. We might have gotten one already, but I feel like it's been too light. We've gotten these like almost frosts, and I'm gonna say they're not actual frosts because the peppers aren't dead yet. Yeah, so that's deal with the animals. And I'm gonna sign off for this video. And maybe record you another one right away here on some of the other stuff. But we'll, get it in bite-sized pieces. So, thanks for hanging out with me. I really need to sign off, official sign off. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Let's go back. Dad, do this.